have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole. And Remy, thank you so much for your Patreon membership request. The Moonsorrow fans and Chronicans are excited. We got a new Moonsorrow album starting because of you, Remy. The album that we're doing is Varzoina Kuljem Kulaiden Masa. And the song that we're starting with is Tähdetön.
I'm so excited to get into this new Moonsorrow. Remy, this is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm not going to try and pronounce this title, but thank you so much for bringing it down the rabbit hole.
Remy, thank you so much for giving us a little context into the album that we're getting into. Normally their albums follow a story, so I'm really excited to see what story they're following with this one. Without further ado, you're going to let us know what we're getting into. Okay, so this album is a bit different in a couple ways. It has a darker, heavier, blacker sound to it than all other albums.
Okay.
And its songs seem to expand on a theme unique to each song that is repeated throughout the song and adds or removes layers, bringing in slight changes that keeps the song evolving, but not straying too far off the path like Moonsorrow are known to do.
Okay.
Nice, okay, so this is going to be a completely different feel. In other words, it doesn't have as much variation like previous albums, and so it's more about creating an atmosphere or feeling for the song rather than a journey.
Ooh,
And we are going into the first song is Tähdetön, Starless in English. We did read the lyrics, thank you so much for that.
Remy.
In Tähdetön, Moonsorrow delves into a dark and desolate world where the protagonist grapples with the weight of despair and the absence of hope. The lyrics paint a vivid picture of a post-apocalyptic landscape where everything is devoid of life and light, setting a haunting tone for the song's exploration of existential themes, which they always do so well.
They do that so well. I'm so excited to get into this new Moonsorrow album and to get into Tähdetön or Starless from Moonsorrow. The lyrics of this are gorgeous, and I really see what you said about repeating themes and even repeating lyrics that have come from us reading the English translation there. So I can't wait to see what they do with this musically, because lyrically it is quite beautiful with the translation you sent us.
On to another one. Here we go.
3, 2.
Do you know when your friend always says Joe Pie Me Sa?
No. No, I've
never been there.
No. Sounds like something you have. No.
Joe Pie Me Sa first lyric. Sorry, we were having some of our own existentialism problems going on recently, so we were in a good mood just to try to get in the right perfect headspace to get right into this. What I'm so excited about is that we can see them singing with the lyrics as it goes, and that only helps us translate how to say the finished words ourselves a little more. It's like a way to kind of learn as you go, but I'm very excited for this new type of an album where it's going to be more black metal, death metal type of focus. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm not good. I have collected myself. I'm ready to go. I was not prepared whatsoever when you started. And that is actually, I think, some of the realest reactions you can get is when you're not even looking.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a ton of fun. Actually, Remy, with the write-up that you gave us, something that it really brought me to is because I'm a big Doctor Who fan. There is an episode where they are on a planet, like an abandoned, desolate planet that is all dark. At the end of the world, at the end of time, when all the stars have disappeared.
Oh,
and
really?
Hearing that moment that had been explained to us, and from reading the English translation of this lyrics, it really brought me back to that final planet at the end of time when all the stars have died and everything
Definitely
is
no light
in
left.
darkness. There's no light. There's nothing. And it's like, it was a prison planet, actually. So, let's get into this. This is going to be a ton of fun. I absolutely love Moonsorrow, and I can't wait to get into the darker aspects of this album and see kind of what they're going to be doing with this as they're tackling a theme per song instead of a journey throughout the entire album. So it's going to be quite a different, but also very Moonsorrow experience.
Yeah, this is Tähdetön.
that's the right place to pause there. Oh my god, this intro is insane.
Oh, I love it's like such a slower tempo, but you can feel every single strum, and it's so powerful.
It really is, and I love how like those layers that came in, because they start with the bass layer, so you didn't even notice the layers starting at first,
Right.
until it like got to like quite a bit had already been brought in, and then the choir in behind, or like I always think it's a chorus, but I
The
guess
backup vocals?
the backup vocals of
harmonies?
this band, the harmonies started so quietly before it
Yeah.
came in, and then his scream just like nailed that. So like I can really see these repeating moments and the layers that are happening, still the same patience that you always have with Moonsorrow, even while building that darker scene.
Yeah, and I love that it already has right off the first song just such a different feel and tempo, and that's kind of what you want with the new album too, especially
Yeah.
we were so used to how Moonsorrow was sounding so Moonsorrow. Like this is a very nice change in my opinion.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree.
I don't even know. Oh, okay. 222.
Oh,
Here we
222.
go. Yeah, now it's gonna go. Sit still. Okay. So melodic always too, right? Wow. He's building. Oh, yes. Oh, you hear that in the back?
I had
That
to
felt
pause
cool.
that. That was so much fun. I could tell it was changing. So the thing that I really love about this is it is actually repetitive in
pattern.
the correct way, following that pattern.
Yeah.
So it's really consumable, and I think it would be very like consumable to the masses getting into this album versus some of their other
I
albums.
agree. Yeah.
Because you're also able to hear those things like for you, you're like that thing in the back, whereas for me, it's front and center because that's what I'm like
Nice.
really
Yeah. Well said. Yeah.
pulling to that moment. So it's
That's
like
so cool. Yeah. Because
So-
it is. Because that's the best thing about doing this reactions with you, and like y'all get to see it. Like you said, I'm so glad you said that because that was in the back for me, where the guitar's in the front. Where for you, it's probably that was in the front for you, and the guitar's in the back.
yes, that's
And
kind of
that's just so magical to really think of as well, and that's also how incredible Moonsorrow are, because they really can reach to all
to
Music
so many
lovers.
different people who love, to all music lovers, getting into this as well. I also just wanted to mention, for those of you who are watching this that don't speak Finnish,
Yeah.
because we read the lyrics on this is I'm gonna say like a warrior or a person, like you're saying, but the lyrics are literally saying like, I'm calling out for help under the starless sky, walking along the desolate wasteland where everything here is dead, and every breath that I take is heavy, every step I take is heavy, and like it's like that constant weight of despair, like Remy saying. And so going into this lyrically and then hearing this chorus behind him, knowing that he is fully alone in silence,
Yeah.
but there's this beautiful, beautiful dark music that we're listening to. It creates such an amazing atmosphere for this song.
Really does. And like, could you imagine you're going to war as humans for so long that even all the stars have gone?
All the stars have gone.
Could you imagine?
Man.
What?
Oh, I was just gonna say, this is gorgeous. We should rewind it 5 seconds or so, just so that we can hear that bit again, because these moments in between the lyrics are so...
That's what's progressing the story. Then they kind of stick with it, and they talk about it while it's there, and then it keeps moving on. This is incredible.
It's incredible.
Let's keep it going. Okay, y'all.
Oh, man.
I just had to, like, because we could just keep this going the whole time just to give it some, like, credit here. It's so... When they bring the Bard cavern-like feel to it, and then they can blend in that Moonsorrow metal, that just, like, adds that incredible riff that always stands out for me because it's always in the barn moment when they then add the heavy metal to it. And then there's just that one riff that just keeps in my head, and they did it again every time. There's so many trademarks that Moonsorrow has to get to, and they still do it
And they still
in different
do it
ways
every
in the
time.
different albums. It's incredible. It's like what Opeth can pull off.
It really is. I like when it went into like that tavern style of music that
Yeah.
a little while ago they actually brought back the boing instrument for a couple
Exactly.
of times.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. It's the boing
They
instrument.
actually said it in the comments. What
I
it
know,
was.
and I forgot. I'm sorry. And so hearing that a couple times was really cool, and then going into those amazing guitar.
Oh yeah.
It was
I had to
just-
make you acknowledge it. I was like,
I know,
do
because
some air guitar.
those moments are so cool because like they are so technically sound on what they're doing,
Yeah.
and then hearing it on that repeat, it really lulls you into that moment of this darkness that they're really bringing in. For me, like I always get pulled into the choir because it just
Sure do, and
Yeah.
it's incredible that you do. You mean just the backup vocals?
just the backup vocals. These guys are so harmonized. It sounds like a full choir.
It does.
And so it does make me wonder if they're using if they have a choir with them on the studio version, and then they're just harmonizing together
Live.
I don't know, or if it is just them and they're that profound with their harmonization.
Either way is great.
Either way is great, but I always call it a choir because
That's how it feels. It's that
it's
big.
that full.
Sound.
It's that full.
Yeah. So
So,
well
like-
said. We got about 4 minutes
Oh.
left.
And the pinch harmonics.
Yeah, you now know it. You can count. You
I
can like
can-
hear it
I
now,
can
right?
hear it.
Oh yeah, they're so
So good.
satisfying. All right, let's go back 5 seconds. We love New Moonsorrow. Here we go. There's a bass really well. Okay, y'all.
Oh, I
On
was
to
like,
the
why'd
next
you
one.
pause it? Then I remember there's another song starting right away.
On to the next one.
Oh man.
Wow. That is a great way to experience Moonsorrow with the lyrics coming down that way. I must say, what I was thinking at the end there when I got lost, was how much you really feel like a culture of a place with this type of
Yeah.
music, especially when it's sung in the actual tongue. And Finnish people and the culture is always people could imagine myself being alone with and like quiet with. You don't even need to speak. They're the people I want to be around though,
Yeah.
even in silence. And I think a lot of melancholic type of people, maybe dramatic people, like Finnish music because there is that you guys are living in snow for so long. You're so north, and I'm only experiencing this more now that we've moved to Calgary compared to like a tropical island almost,
Yeah.
where living in snow breeds a different type of demeanor
Strength and a demeanor.
and like it changes your character when you're living in that snow and all
And the
that
darkness.
and the darkness and all that that comes with it. So I think that's what I'm feeling the most. Like if I didn't move from my island, I don't know how much Moonsorrow would have hit me and the Finnish music itself would have
Yeah.
hit me so much because literally there's labels, y'all, coming out thinking we're from Finland.
Yes.
Like that's how much we're embodying what the Finnish is all about. And when you're hearing these stories of this existentialism and like this dread and what next and what am I supposed to do to entertain myself? I was just supposed to do war to like entertain. Like there's all these
Yeah.
things that they're talking about that I really can relate to a lot more now. And the music itself so beautiful, like we say, when that tavern stuff comes in and changes the whole game, it really separates them from the other metal bands that I'm used to.
Absolutely. Moonsorrow is really separated from a lot of the other metal bands for me as well because of like what you're saying, this the beauty of the existentialism that's going through this melancholic feel
Yeah.
of the music. It really does bring you back to like even where like it's April and there's still snow. It's
melting away.
It's melting away. It's almost gone, but it's still out there. And this is the first time we've experienced this type of
Length of how long it's been
length
around.
of cold.
Yeah.
And so like when we're thinking about places that are up so far north that even the sun, there are moments of constant day and moments of constant sun, the sleeping sun, and those types of, it's hard to imagine. So even with the lyrics of this song where it's saying like it's the perpetual darkness of where he's walking,
Exactly,
not a
right?
star in the sky, it really brings you to a different level of appreciation. And then with how animated the music gets you on top of that,
does it ever?
it's just absolutely insane to kind of bring back into like the heart and soul that has created this and where it's really coming from. So it is a beauty of the silence that we're hearing with the music, even though the music is not silent. It's creating that same, what's the word I'm looking for, aura around you of that aloneness that you have, like you are in silence.
Of course.
But it's so technically sound. There's so much going on with it. As a music
lover, you get that part too, right?
As a music lover, so this is such a meditative piece to get into.
Yeah, so relaxed now.
So relaxing. And like coming into this, I was not relaxed at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. So after it's been, how long is this song? We've
been talking for a good almost 30 minutes now, everything from top to bottom.
Well, so like this has been 30 minutes of where going from being completely uncalm and feeling like you're about to have a heart attack before you go on camera then coming out of listening to such a technical piece that has created that dark atmosphere that they were really looking for. And I've mentioned this before listening to Moonsorrow, that they are able to tell a story so beautifully without even the words around it, and the singer's voice really becomes an instrument of itself.
It does.
Even when
the agony and the searching.
Agony and that searching. So this whole band really brings you, it really teleports you to a new location every single time.
Yeah, every single time. And I'm so glad, Remy, that you kind of mentioned about the layering, because that was so glaring once it started happening of how incredible the layering was. And once it got metal, it kept getting more metal. I was like, oh God, this is so great. And then they brought it down and we can't wait for the next one. It felt like a complete story this time too, which felt like a different thing too.
It really did. It felt like a complete story, like you said, with how they're tackling this. I actually, at the very end, I was very upset when you paused it. And I was like, why'd you pause it?
I know.
And
I have to.
forgetting that it's another song coming up, because I'm also so used to Moonsorrow tapering out their songs.
Yeah.
And not, so like letting it
bleeds into the next one a lot more.
And so like with this one, it was just right into it. Like the next note was the next song. So that it was like that abruptness that pulled you out of that meditative state when you paused it. I was like, what?
Yeah, so definitely we loved it. We can't wait for the next one to come down, Remy. I know you want us to continue this, and we are definitely obviously going to. And there's little 1 minute to 1 minute and a half songs between the long ones, so expect that little gem to be in front of each of the next 3 songs coming down the rabbit hole, folks, from this incredible album. We're so happy to be back with Moonsorrow. Remy, thank you so much, Chronicans. We are now exiting the rabbit hole.
Thank you so much, Remy, for not only bringing Moonsorrow down the rabbit hole once again, but also for introducing us to this amazing band in the first place. Like, this is absolutely phenomenal, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.
You are now exiting Enter the Chronic's rabbit hole.
Thanks for your participation.
Hey guys, thank you so much for making it this far in the video. If you like this channel, remember to subscribe right here. And if you want to subscribe to the artist that you just heard, remember, it is right here. And if you're excited to see another video that we think you might like, click here.
Thank you so much, Chronicans, for making it this far. We love you so much.